Parm Saran is a licensed, registered nurse with nearly 30 years of experience. She specializes in mental health and is an advocate for removing the stigma around mental illness. She is a certified therapist, coach, and motivational speaker. She is a holistic nursepreneur helping thousands with her online program, Pain to Purpose. She believes in creating your own destiny and empowering yourself, helping people live life by design and not by default. She has a YouTube channel where she encourages people to choose faith over fear and speak out against bullying, stigma, abuse, and violence. Her best-selling book, Own Your Life, Create As You Go, has inspired many to live life to its fullest potential. Parm is a wife and a mother, and her everyday message, especially to women, is do it. Because your kids deserve a mother they can brag about. She believes you can change your story to change your life and inspires people to do the same. Parm's motive is to help people find their inner power and be the person they are meant to be. Please welcome a voice of change, Parm Saran, and get ready for her show, Grow Your Greatness.
Hello everyone. Sat Shri Akal, Namaste, good morning, good evening. I hope you all are doing great wherever you are. So welcome to episode number 3. And today we're going to talk about this logo that you can see on the screen. Logo for my TV show. You can see that there is my signature, and then there is a high heel, and then there are books, and then there is a brain. So tell me, what do you think this logo means? Or how do you read this logo? What do you think about this structure or this figure? I will tell you, there is a story behind this. So the idea for this logo was mine, but it's designed by my daughter, so the credit goes to her. Now you can see there is a high heel, and then there are books. And books and brain are a little bit higher than the high heels. So the high heels means me, myself, as I used to be, as I used to see myself. And then the brain and the books are how I see myself today. As if you have read my book, you already know my story. But if you haven't read my book, here is something that I can share a little bit about that. So when I was little, because I'm short, as height-wise, I'm short. So when I was little, I always felt like compared, criticized, neglected, and laughed at because of my height. So I ended up wearing high heels all the time. And then I started liking it. Then I started telling myself, keep your heels and head high all the time. But there was a painful part behind those high heels. Those high heels I used so that I can stop comparing myself with taller girls, so that I can feel like belonging to them, so that I can feel the part of that group. That was the reason for me wearing high heels. That was the reason why I started wearing high heels, because I didn't want people to look at me and say, oh, you're so short. I didn't want people to look at me and think, what's wrong with her? I didn't want people to compare me with their own heights, like, standing by me and saying, oh, whatever. So that's how the high heels became part of my life, my everyday life. It wasn't until very recently, I would say 3-4 years ago, when I started working on myself. Working on myself means when I started working on my self-development and I started working with mentors. That's when I realized that high heel isn't what I need. High heel isn't that's making me go higher. it's the intellectual capacity, it's my personal growth, it's my values and my ethics. That's what's making me go high up. That's what's making me taller than others who don't have the values, who don't have the logics, who don't have the personal development qualities. Now, I'm not comparing myself to anyone. No, this isn't comparison to anyone else. This is my comparison to myself. My comparison with the me that wore high heels, and then my comparison with me that worked on herself in terms of personal development. When I started working with Tony Robbins, I started working with Eric Lofholm, then I started working with Mr. Les Brown. Now I'm working with Joel Barr. So these all mentors have helped me to realize my self-worth. They all have helped me to see myself as I should be seeing myself, not in terms of inches or feet, not in terms of height, but in terms of my special qualities, my traits that I bring to the world, my specific qualities that I can share with other people, my skills that I can give to other people so that they can succeed in life the way they want to. And those skills, they don't need to have you of a certain height. They don't need you to be of a certain weight. They don't need you to be of certain complexion. They don't need your hair to be long or short. No, none of that. Those skills are going to help you to look within yourself, to connect with your higher self, so that every day, every moment, you live your life to the fullest. Now, how many of you compare yourself with others in terms of physical qualities? Now, I'm specifically talking about girls because girls are very sensitive on these things. There are some boys too who are very much into looks. Maybe their motto is to go into modeling or something else, but it's for everyone. The message is for everyone, girls and boys. The actors or the heroes or the celebrities that you watch on magazine covers or on the theater screens or TV screens, they are under tons of makeups. They are under tons of suggestions from experts who make them to look in a certain way. They are under a lot of light, camera, and action. So instead of comparing yourself to them as physical qualities, let's start comparing ourselves to ourselves on how we can reach a higher level of consciousness so that we feel complete, we feel content within ourselves. This is single most important quality that as parents we can instill in our children. The quality of self-esteem. Self-esteem is how you see yourself. Self-esteem means what value do you give to yourself? And this is self-esteem is the quality that's going to build self-confidence in you. That's going to help you to make right decisions in life. That self-confidence and high self-esteem is going to help you to succeed in every part of life and every step of the way of you reaching for your highest potential. Now, there is a very sad news going on social media nowadays about a girl who took her life because her husband abused her. He was beating her, and she left 2 little girls behind. that literally breaks my heart. Literally. And on social media, so many people are saying, like, why didn't she leave him? Now, I can tell you, there are thousands of reasons why she couldn't leave him. Maybe she was thinking more about her children than about herself. She maybe didn't have courage to leave and live a life on her own. Maybe she couldn't find the support that she needed to leave him. Maybe she didn't have confidence enough that she can leave and live alone with kids. Maybe she didn't find the support from the society. Or maybe she was too scared to leave. We don't know. Only she knows why couldn't she leave. But there can be many factors. And one important factor is when girls don't have enough self-confidence, when they don't know that they can do something that big, when they feel pressured by society's norms, when they are always thinking that what will someone else say, what will my sister say, brother say, relatives say, parents say, that she divorced, why did she leave, why did she not stay? Like, there are so many factors. And these factors are made by our own society. And these factors are bombarded on our girls by our society, by our parents, by our relatives. And that could be one of many reasons, or there could be more than one reasons why she couldn't leave him. By teaching our girls that they are enough as they are perfect the way they look. The goal isn't to look perfect from the outside. The goal is to be perfect from inside. And perfection is not a measurement anyway. Perfection means how content you feel, how happy you feel, how joyous you feel. That's how you should measure your life. And the idea of instilling this self-esteem in our girls and boys, in our children, is utmost important. When we don't put this seed in our little girls that they are good enough, that they don't need a man to complete them, that they should raise their voice if needed, they should say no if they want to say no, that they can walk away from an abusive relationship, that it's okay to walk away. It's okay to speak louder about the violence. It's okay to name names if someone is hurting you. It's okay to tell your children how you are feeling so that your children can support you. It's okay to tell your family and friends how you are feeling. Don't hide them. We don't need to hide it. When we start hiding the abuse and violence and we start tolerating it, we are teaching the other person how to treat us. We are teaching them that it's okay for them to shout at us, to yell at us, to physically attack us. We are teaching them that. So please, listen, speak up, speak louder. There are so many ways, there are so many resources, there are so many organizations that can help you if you are living in an abusive relationship, if you are suffering from domestic violence. It's not okay. It's not. We only have this life. And this life isn't meant to live in misery. This life is meant to be joyous. You are here to enjoy this life. And if someone is a hindrance to that, if someone is physically abusing you, mentally abusing you, emotionally abusing you, spiritually abusing you, then you need to speak up. Suicide is not a solution. Suicide is not a solution. Please stop thinking that divorce is a stigma. It's not. It's a way, it's a legal way to get out of an imbalanced, unhappy relationship. And it's there for a reason. And it's okay to get divorced. It's okay to leave someone if they are making your life miserable. A divorced daughter is better than a dead daughter. Think about it. Please. And let's start teaching our daughters how to live your life on your own terms. And let's teach our sons how to respect a girl, how to treat a girl like a lady. We can change the world. We can. Only if we start changing our own limiting beliefs. Our beliefs that you have to stay. If you are gone to your husband's home, only your dead body should come out of it. That's such a bullshit, excuse my language. Why are you telling your daughters to do that? Why can't you teach them that live your life joyously, live your life joyfully? And number one thing is, try to make your girls independent. Try to make them independent before you push them to marry someone. Let them live their life. Let them choose their career. Let them be strong on their feet. Let them have self-confidence so that they can live the life on their own terms. So that they don't have to beg someone for money every day. So that they don't have to look at others for buying anything or for treating themselves well. Please. There are so many things need to change in our society. But the beginning is raising our children right. Let's start raising our children in a way so that they know what is most important. The most important is education, qualification, and the way to live life. A happy way to live life. How can they live happy life? If they know what they want. If they're allowed to do what they want to do. If they are given values and virtues. If they are told that you respect their wishes. If you tell them that you have confidence in them. That you trust them. Let them make their own decisions. Don't force your parental decisions on your children. Let them learn how to make their own decisions. If they make a bad decision, that's okay. They will learn. They will learn. But teach them the values and virtues that will help them to make the right decision. Instill so much self-confidence, so much self-esteem so that they know who they are. They know what they want and they shouldn't settle for any less than that they deserve. It's a very heavy topic. And I can talk on this topic for days. That is the emotion, that is the feeling behind that logo over there. That high heel and the books and brain. I still wear high heels because I love wearing high heels. But I don't feel myself that I am any less than the girls who have tall legs. And it's not egoistic. It's self-respect. It's self-love. If you have self-esteem, if you have self-confidence, you will learn to respect yourself. You will learn to love yourself. And once you start respecting yourself, once you start loving yourself, girls and boys, men and women, once you start doing that, you are going to attract the same kind of people who will respect you, who will love you, who will value you. But before you can find anyone like that, you have to become that. You know, in relationships, you attract what you become. So if you want to attract a perfect person, a perfect as a human being can be, you have to be that person. If you want a loyal person, if you want a well-educated person, if you want an independent person, if you want a person who has values, who has virtues, who respects other human beings, who has compassion, who has self-respect, then you have to inculcate these values within yourself so that you become that and then you attract that. Okay? We can talk about relationships in another episode, but today, after reading that news about that girl suicide, I felt that it was important to talk about that. And so, my request to all the parents again, raise your children right. Raise them with values, raise them with confidence, raise them with trust. Tell them you trust them and teach them how to trust themselves, how to have self-confidence in themselves. Okay? Teach them to accept themselves the way they are. They are perfect the way they are. They are enough the way they are. They are good the way they are. They don't have to compare themselves to others. And you, please parents, do not ever compare your children to anyone else's children. Everyone is different. Everyone has come with their own sanskars. Everyone has come with the baggage of that burden of the history. So everyone is different. Everyone learns differently. Everyone lives their life differently. Everyone has different motives, different hobbies, different traits. You cannot expect your child to be same as your friend's child. Please stop doing that to your children. If you want your children to be happy and healthy, please stop comparing them with other children. And second thing, instill self-confidence in them. Tell them that they are good. Praise your children alone and also in front of others. Praise them. Tell them you love them. Tell them they are good enough. Tell them they're perfect the way they are. And tell them that you support them in their dreams. And teach them some values. Values of human being. Values of kindness, love, compassion. If your children have these values, they will not be treating any other human being any other way. They will be treating them the same way that you have treated them. So please, let no other daughter die like that. Let no other son treat his wife like that. It's in our hands. We can change the world only by changing things in our own households. Charity begins at home. We have to start making changes in our own homes so that one by one, one will teach two, two will teach four, four will teach eight. That's how the change happens. That's how the change is going to begin in the whole world. Please leave your comments below. If there is anything that you would like me to talk more about it, we will discuss that. And I just want to remind everyone, if you ever feel like you are feeling stressed, anxious, sad, depressed, please leave me a message. Okay? And don't leave messages like hi, hello, how are you, good morning, good evening. I don't reply to those messages. Leave me a message just saying help me please, and then I will contact you. Okay? I will connect with you. But please do not end your life. It's not the solution. You have so much power, so much potential. Every one of you has so much inside you that you need to bring it out. You need to use it. You have so much power. You have so much potential. You need to use it to better your life. I hope today's episode didn't make you feel sad, but I hope it makes you feel that you need to think. I hope it makes you think about yourself, about your children. And let's start living a little bit more conscious life. Instead of running around what the world is running around, instead of chasing material things, instead of comparing ourselves with others, instead of comparing our houses to other people's big houses, to compare our cars with other people's cars, let's start comparing the values. Let's start learning from other people's values, and let's start teaching our values to others so that this world becomes a beautiful place as it's supposed to be. So till then, we meet again. Take care of yourself, look after yourself, and keep smiling.